What's up, everybody? We're back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. My name is Moose, and I thank you so much for joining me. We got that cool new entrance video that you saw, and we got some exciting stuff today. We're going to take a look at the hot topic of the day. It's patch day, which means brand new Hydra Clash rules. So, got a pretty cool video. I put together some screenshots of time-stamped moments in the Hydra battles from last week to compare the exact same timestamps this week to see how they're performing. So I have a team on my account, probably the strongest team I have, that hits brutal every week, does around 700 million damage, give or take, depending on affinities and stuff, but that's what it was doing. It seems like it's pretty reasonable to expect about a 40% reduction in damage. Naturally, you're going to have a 33% reduction because of the turn count being reduced if your team's going full turns. So we'll see. I'm thinking 40% for a team like that. And then I also have a little bit less gear dependent team, more average team, so to speak, that I ran on Seeker's account, and we're going to take a look at how that compares to see the impact it has on a late game player and still a late game account with Seekers, but not exactly built out for Hydra, and a team that is pretty easy to put together aside from tax, but there's champs in there, as you'll see, that are meta champs, so it's kind of I tried to represent something fun but also something relatively achievable for the average player. Even if you don't have tax, you can put together a team that's going to do similar damage to what this team does. So we'll see how they compare. We're going to go ahead and jump in with the teams. So I'm not going to force you to watch the entire Hydra battle because that would be bad. It would be boring. And it's probably better now than it was, right? These battles are only going to take 30-40 minutes, maybe less, depending on how things go. But we'll jump into the battle here right off the top. I don't remember if I mentioned, but they are all full auto teams. I simply click the heads. Every team I design in Hydra is meant to be this way. I know that it's more efficient and better if you run it yourself, but I don't have time for that, and my wife and daughter appreciate the time I spend with them, even if I'm glancing over every now and then to click the head I want to attack. So once we get the hex on, we take care of the mischief because we don't have a tank and I don't want those buffs spread. So we'll take him out, and we'll just kind of let this run. I have timestamps from 20, 40, and 60 minutes, so we'll compare those timestamps to what they look like here, and then we'll jump back in when it's time. Alright, we're going to jump in here really quick because we have 3 heads down, and we just had the 100% damage reduction. So we got 3 heads down here. We're going to try to take this head out here for affinity friendly hits, and then we're going to see, I actually think, it's going to depend on the team you're running. My team is mostly single target damage with the hex, so he's going to get it. This is what I'm curious to see. He respawns and has it, so that is a bit more challenging. So when I first saw the changes, I thought that only one head could have this buff at a time. Obviously not the case. I should get better at reading, but so you'll want those heads to come back all together. So having an AoE hit is going to be more impactful, because if you can get all of those heads to go through the HP that they have, you're going to only get one head doing the 100% damage reduction, which obviously is much better because I'm in a rough spot now, from having 2 down and not getting the buffs that I needed on. Still totally fine. It's going to cycle through just fine, but just an interesting moment there to check out. So we'll jump back in 20 minutes or so. It's definitely harder, like a lot harder. As you see, like, stuff just happens to get out of hand a lot faster. I don't think I've ever had this team in 20 minutes lose a champ, but with the block damage, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, I kind of at a loss for words. I did not expect this big of a change. part of it was probably I don't know how to read or whatever, and seeing the 100% damage reduction, I thought it could only be active at one head at a time, regardless, which would be way different because a team like this just doesn't work very well anymore. There's not a ton of AoE. Ninja does a lot of damage through Hex, and he does all single targets. So killing all the heads at the exact same time, and then killing all of the decapitated heads at the exact same time, it's just like impossible. So obviously, you gotta figure out a new team, but pretty disheartening to see such a impact on a really strong team that I didn't think would be too impacted. Obviously, when you full auto, things like this happen. You don't get your blocks off at the right time, and then this guy is a jackass and ruins it. But I'll run it a few more times over the next couple of days and just see if we can get the damage close to what it is. I mean, 200 million on Brutal is not terrible, but it's not good enough, right? We want to make sure that we're doing 1.2 million to get all the chests to continue to get maximum artifacts. And we'll get there, right? I mean, 600, so it still basically gets me on the path to one keying, but I want that number to be more like 900. So we'll see. Don't want to get too down on it, but it's definitely way worse than I thought, and I don't know, kind of lost for words. So we'll let this one be a regroup, and we'll try that again later in the week. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump over to Seeker's account, and I'm going to run through that normal run that I talked about, and just see how that compares. It's more AoE damage, so hopefully that will make a difference. But let's see. All right, everyone, we're back on Seeker's account here, back and watching this video. It's seconds ago that you heard me say that, but it took me a couple minutes to get in. So, like I said, we're jumping into normal here. Obviously, this champion is extremely strong, I know that, but the rest of this is designed to put champions in that people either would never use, or that are very accessible. Fusion comes up all the time. Actually terrible, just there to give him. Aoster was a fusion, so more run of the pack team, something that's not super strong. It could be much stronger by selecting other champs, but I wanted to do something. I love this guy, and I wanted 4 lizards. And then we have block buffs, speed increase. She's in the hex set, so we have that going for us. And let's just see how it compares. I have the same thing here. I have screenshots set up. So we'll get this rolling, and we'll jump in with some comparisons along the way. We're jumping in here. It's just crazy, man, because I even tried to start off this run by taking out all the heads to have the AoE hit, and it just didn't kill everyone at the same time or finish all the decapitated heads HP. And then 2 came up, so 1 didn't have it, and then the other 2 came up at separate times, so they all had it. They all had the block damage. And then a poison cloud got off. The run's not over, but it is. It's just frustrating. I don't know. So we'll keep it going. We'll see where it ends up. But so far, kind of the same thing. Probably going to take some theory crafting on different teams to build to be more in control of killing the heads at the time you want to kill them. And maybe full auto is going to be much more challenging. Obviously, I can manual this and make it go smoother. It's still not going to go perfect because you can't do all the damage at the same time, aside from max HP hitters. So we'll see. All right, so we're gonna jump back in here. This run's going fine. I mean, it's definitely not doing what it was. I'll pop up a screenshot of the damage at 20 minutes here in just a sec. But it's a lot more than what you would multiply out of 100. It's quite a bit more. I don't want to continue to nag on the same point, but it's hard, right? It's cool, stuff in life changes, and we have to learn and adapt. Part of it is we just have to know the numbers aren't going to be what they used to be, which is fine. They don't need to be what they used to be, and it doesn't need to be easy to get the maximum reward in everything. Same in life, right? If everything was easy and everyone got the thing they wanted the most, just from easy things, then what would be the point of pushing yourself? So the changes are fine. We'll figure it out. We'll get through it. We'll make teams that do damage and get us the 1.2 and a lot more. I'm sure a lot more. Just change, which is cool. Cool to see that they pushed it so far in a way, because it's going to make a lot of people mad. And it's going to be interesting to see if they stick with the changes, what they adjust back. I think it'd be great if they made that one change. Just don't let multiple heads have the 100%. Simple as that. Because watch, I'll see if I can get it here. This is perfect timing. This head's going to go before, though, because of the hex. So, okay, those two went at the same time. So you can do it, right? Now I can make it so that this head goes at the same time as this head, most likely. And it'll be fine. It's fine as long as it's when all four have it that it's really frustrating because of the way the damage worked out. So it's fine. We'll keep pushing Hydra. I said I'd pop it up, so we're 12 minutes in, and this screenshot that I have is 24 minutes. So it's at 67 now, and it was at nearly 324, which this team does steady damage. There's no ramp, there's no spikes. It just did a lot of damage in the past, even without a decreased defense. so it's just less damage, guys, and that's what we have to accept, and that's the new world we're living in. So we'll keep pushing, we'll keep fighting, and we'll find a way to one I keep saying one key, to 3 key the 1.2 million. So hang in there, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. If you liked it, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, let me know what I can do better. I'm super tired today, that's why I'm having such a hard time talking, but I'll keep doing my best to improve and make some stuff that you guys want to see.